Aloha, and welcome to Manoa Valley Theater. I'm Executive Director Kip Wilborn, and we are so excited to have you back in our house. Now, a lot has changed since you were here last, so I thought I'd take a few moments to show you what to expect when you arrive at the theater for a performance. Now, because we're committed to making sure that MVT is as safe and healthy a venue as possible, we do require that everyone wear a face covering over their nose and mouth whenever they enter the theater grounds. MVT recently earned the Healthy Verify certification. Now, what does that mean to you? It means that we're exceeding the guidelines from the CDC and Hawaii State Department of Health. We want you to have peace of mind when you come back to visit us, and we've been hard at work cleaning and reorganizing for you. As you approach the box office, you'll see markers on the ground spaced 6 feet apart. Please use these as a guide while waiting to check in to ensure proper social distancing. And when it's your turn to check in, step up to the marker in front of the table. Give our box office staff the name under which your reservation was made, and they will match the name to our reservation list. Next, a staff member will do a contactless temperature check and ask for a few short questions related to COVID-19. You can access our new digital playbill by scanning the QR code posted at the theater or via the link on our website. After checking in, line up in front of our main doors. For the time being, and with your health and safety in mind, we will not sell drinks and snacks, and outside food and beverages are not allowed on the theater grounds. Before each performance and between performances on 2 show days, the theater, public areas, restrooms, backstage, and dressing rooms will be cleaned and disinfected. The house will open 30 minutes prior to the show. Now, we all love to greet our friends and family who are on stage, but we ask that you not congregate at the stage door. Give your congratulations and lay after you've left the theater grounds. Once inside, an usher will be happy to direct you to your seat. Your seat will be labeled with your reservation name. Hand sanitizer will be available in multiple locations throughout the theater. With socially distanced seating and ample separation between you and the actors on stage, we're doing our part to provide for you the safest and most comfortable performance experience possible. At the end of the performance, please remain in your seats. Our house staff will dismiss you by sections. Thanks to generous donations, we were able to replace our air conditioning system this year, helping to provide clean air in the theater. Additionally, during the performance, the main doors will be kept open to increase airflow. For over 50 years, we've had the privilege of bringing high-quality live theater and concerts to Hawaii's audiences. And from all of us here at Manoa Valley Theater, we would like to thank you for your loyalty and continued support. And without further ado, it's showtime!
All right, that was cool. Hey, happy Aloha Friday. It's Devin here with Manoa Valley Theater Live. This is episode number 54, and that was Kip Wilborn. Unfortunately, Kip not with us today, but Janine Myers is.
Hi, Devin.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing very well.
I watched that video, and I can't help but think of like Hawaiian Airlines.
Welcome aboard.
I know.
You like, leave the vehicle. The exits are behind you.
I know, it's cool, and everybody's doing these nice sweeping hand gestures. You know, it's the part that always amazes me is when they shot that thing. Like, was somebody standing there with the script, like reading it while they had to walk through the thing, or did they play a big speaker?
I think actually Kip does a voiceover afterward.
Yeah.
When we recorded, okay. We shot the video first, and then he did a voiceover again afterwards. So he didn't have to memorize the whole thing and walk and talk and chew gum at the same time.
It's so cool. It's so cool. We're the only theater doing something cool like that. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Totally.
So what's going on with the theater?
So we are in various points of the production for 3 shows. The first one coming up is Tiny Beautiful Things. We open on May 6th and run for 3 weeks there. Tickets are available now on the website, or you can call the box office at 988-6131. It's a fantastic show. I've been watching some rehearsals. It's great. 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee has auditions this weekend and opens on June 17th at Kaimuki High School. So that's going to be a fun one. And after that, we have Daddy Longlegs, which auditions the weekend after this weekend. So April 24th, 25th, and it opens on July 1st up at Manoa Valley Theater. And I'm super excited about that one too. We also have our studio, our Manoa Valley Theater studio classes, 2 more sessions of stage makeup with Lisa Ponce de Leon. And we've got a storytelling workshop coming up with Sean Joseph Chu on May 8th. We don't have a slide for that yet, but it is happening. You can get more details on all of those things on the website or by calling the box office.
Very nice. Need to draw attention to the lovely earrings that you have today.
Why, thank you. They're gobos, actually. So
and for those of you who are like gobos, what are those? That's the things you put in the lights to make the little cool things. And Janine loves to play with those.
It's true. I do.
Well, hopefully we'll see you at auditions or just see you around the theater. And
absolutely, I'll be
looking forward to having people back. Yeah,
I actually won't be at auditions this weekend because I'm going to be at Hawaii Theater. I believe we're going to have some people to tell us more about what's going on there very shortly.
Yes, indeed. Nice segue, Janine.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Janine Myers there. She'll be back for the end of the show. Thank you very much. Our guests this afternoon are 2 powerhouse forces behind the I'm a Bright Kid Foundation's productions. They've been busy getting ready for this weekend's fundraiser at Hawaii Theater and have generously agreed to join us today. Jade Stice is a founding member of the I'm a Bright Kid Foundation and has been seen on stage recently as Eve in Children of Eden. She also directed one of the shows for Bright Kid Foundation. Mary Chestnut Hicks has also directed many of the shows for I'm a Bright Kid Foundation. In fact, she pretty much done almost all of them. She directed The Wiz, Children of Eden, and The King and I. Both of these talented ladies will be performing this weekend at Hawaii Theater, along with many others. Viewers, please welcome Jade and Mary.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Hello, ladies.
Hello, Devin.
It is nice to see you in all of your beautiful glory. Thank you for being with us. You know what? Can you tell us a little bit about the program and what people can expect to see when they watch it this Sunday?
Okay, so Mary and I were like, "Who's going to tag?"
I know.
I'll start, and Mary can add on. So the I'm a Bright Kid Foundation has been in existence since the passing of our mentor, Ron Bright. So for the past 5 years, we've done shows in the summer with the children's summer program, musical theater program. And then, as you said, Devin, Mary has directed the majority of our fall offerings, The Wiz, Children of Eden, The King and I. And so what we've decided to do for our fundraising event is to take highlights from those shows that kind of play into what this past year has been like for everyone, how we've all had to pivot during COVID and reinvent ourselves and find hope, and using music and art as a way to survive during this very challenging time. So we've selected songs that play into the theme of staying bright, staying focused, staying positive, and there are brighter days ahead. So the fundraising event is called Brighter Days, in fact. And Mary, would you like to add on to anything there?
I think that you're capturing it beautifully, Jade. The combination of what people will see are live performances, we're live streaming live performances happening on the Hawaii Theater stage. And Jack Huffstedler, who is the head of Theatrics Hawaii, has created this vision of the band. I don't want to give away too much, but the band is going to be floating somewhere in the theater. You'll see. But we have a 5-piece band. Clark Bright. Oh, we're seeing pictures of rehearsal process. That's Chad Atkins. You're going to see him on stage. He played Father in Children of Eden. That is Jade Bright.
That is not Jade Stice.
Oh, I thought I said it wrong.
No, she said it right. You said it right. That is Jade Stice.
That's Jade Stice.
That's the old joke. Jade not Stice and Jade not Bright.
So in the background, you can see the band. So there's a 5-piece band that Clark Bright, our music director, the original Bright. There's Michael Bright. He's also performing. He played Adam in Children of Eden and Noah. And there's one of Jade's young performers. That is Selah. She is performing from Once on This Island. Sorry, I got distracted by the pictures. I got totally off what I was saying. What I was trying to say is that Clark Bright has put together a 5-piece band that they sound like a full orchestra. It's unbelievable. And Clark Bright is just amazing with everything he does. We also are going to have some video performances that were taped earlier and put together by the amazing Nolan Hong. He and his wife Jamie did some beautiful video editings because the larger group performances, we're following strict COVID guidelines. So we're not having large groups on stage, which was a big thing Mr. Bright loved, right, Jade? So Mr. B loved large groups. So anything that was a larger group, we pre-recorded and pieced together. So we have a little bit of King and I being shared that way. And Marcelo Pacleb put together a beautiful group of dancers performing some from The Wiz. So we have a little bit of everything, including
we have, something from Songs for a New World as well, which yeah.
And Rosalind Katrakia's beautiful On Dragonfly Wings. I believe there's some celebrating as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we have
there's a lot going on in this show, in other words.
What? You think?
Yeah. As usual, in any Bright Foundation show, there's a lot going on.
Right. exactly. You know, oh yeah, myself and
Devin and
Jody.
yours truly, Devin Nikova.
Yes, Jody and I are gonna be emceeing that, so we're looking forward to it. It's gonna be good fun. You know, the last time that we were here, well, not the last time we were here, but the last time we had Mary on, we got a chance to hear kind of her experiences with Mr. Bright and all that stuff. But Jade, everyone's been waiting to hear about your story about Mr. Bright and how you know how he inspired you. Yeah, yeah, just how you got your start in theater, because a lot of it has to do with Mr. Bright.
I got my start because my sister got her start. And I was in elementary school, and Ligaya started doing plays with Mr. Bright. And I took a chance and auditioned. They weren't really looking for kids, but I was like, hey, here I am. And so I started in 6th grade. I started performing with Mr. Bright. I just remember the first thing I did was not actually a performance. I worked backstage. I was doing props. I did props for Guys and Dolls, and I got to miss 2 weeks of school so I could do all the school performances. But what that taught me, it taught me so much about, you know, the backstage world and how important it is, how every single person that puts a show together is so important. And then from there, I started performing, and what Mr. Bright taught me goes beyond the stage. It goes really to, you know, showing up on time, being ready, being prepared, character, you know, your character, the person that walks into the theater, you know, responsible, prepared, all those things that really mattered. When I got to Broadway, it was interesting. It was like, this little thing, I want to tell this little story. It's like you go into the dressing room, you change your clothes, and people would just drop their clothes on the floor and expect the dresser to pick it up. And that's their job, to pick it up. I would take my costume and I would hang it back up and I would put it in the closet. And the dressers were like, please let me do something. Please let me do my job. I said, I can't. Mr. Bright would yell at me if I didn't pick my dress up off the floor. And it was those little things. And my dresser was like, yeah, but that's literally my job, to pick up your clothes. And I was like, but I can't do it. It's against my moral fiber, you know? So it's those little things. And people notice, you know, everywhere you go. Mr. Bright had so many kids on Broadway, and they all carried that same work ethic. And so beyond performing, beyond being a great singer, a great actor, a great dancer, it's the work ethic that comes with it is really what makes stars, you know?
Yeah, most definitely. I think it's also the thing that we, I don't know about cling to, but we definitely have as a big part of our lives. It's why we're all involved with this this very special project that we're doing, because you know,
word excellence.
Yeah.
The word excellence.
And I think during this time, I know that the foundation itself, I mean, they had a tough time because it was trying to figure out how to move ahead during this pandemic, because everything that we do as a group, or everything that you do as a foundation is all about putting together a show with 40, 50 people who become very close friends and hang out, have all this time together, and then inviting 200, 300 people to sit in a dark theater and watch, and then come hang out. And now none of that is happening. And so I know going forward with this project, it was kind of, I kind of want to know, like, who thought of it, who said, hey, you know what we should do? We should do this thing.
Well, of course, that was Ligaya. I mean, of course, Ligaya. Ligaya is my sister. Ligaya is our executive director, and she really is, she's the driving force that keeps everything moving in the foundation. She is phenomenal. And we knew we had to do something this year. Last year, we were able to pivot our kids' summer theater program to an online theater experience. And it turned out so much better than we could have expected. And we're repeating that again this year. So we were able to pivot that. But it's really hard to pivot like a fall big show. Right, Mary?
Yes.
So, but Ligaya was the one that really was like, we're going to do it this way. And so I really have to give her credit for that.
Well, what have the Mary? What have the rehearsals been like? Because I saw you and Jay both in some of those pictures. What is that like being there?
Well, I think a lot of the weight fell on Miguel Cadoy's shoulders as our vocal director, because anyone who has tried to lead a music rehearsal over Zoom has realized that there are a lot of technical difficulties that can happen with timing and having people sing. So a lot of it is preparation and trusting that people are doing their job on the
And
other
the
side.
videos, Mary, right? The recordings of the videos. Miguel was there for all of that. He was
So
so
much work.
essential in making all of this happen.
He did a lot of it. We also, because Ligaya had this beautiful vision to do a retrospective, we're calling on things that have already been performed. And for example, we're bringing back Bailey Barnes singing Home from the Wiz. We're bringing back Kathleen Stewart singing from King and I. So luckily we're using material that was already part of us. It already told these stories. It comes with a different light right now because Ligaya, like Jade said, the songs that she chose are for a purpose and a reason to connect us to what's happening now, as well as looking back on what we've done. But the rehearsal process had to be different because we can't all gather together in a room and sing. So it was really creative, but we have been lucky that recently with the restrictions level 3, tier 3, we could gather with the band in masks and singers socially distanced and masked behind plexiglass when the mask came off. So we've been able to have some rehearsals together because, making this type of art, being in the same space, breathing the same air is
feeding off of each other, right? Feeling that so much of theater is feeding off of each other and giving and taking that energy from each other. It's so vital, And
that's what Mr. Bright. That's what Mr. Bright wove with all of us. Anyone who ever was in a room with him felt his energy and his love. And that is something that I think we deeply desire to perpetuate, is being able to share that love of each other and theater and people and the outside world, just sharing Mr. Bright's love. That's one of our goals.
Okay, I'm convinced. I want to watch the show.
You're going to be in the show.
Wait, how do I do that? How do I do that? How do I watch the show?
So on the day of the show, which is Sunday, this coming Sunday, the 18th,
April 18th.
At 6 p.m., if you go to the I'mABrightKid.org website, you will, thank you for the little tag down there, there'll be a little button that you can click, and it is a $5 donation, suggested donation to join the live stream feed. I mean, honestly, to see this type of talent for $5 is amazing. And not only that, but you're going to get to learn a little bit about our organization, because we focus a lot on the theater side because that's what you see. But Mr. Bright was a teacher. And so there's a whole segment on the educators that have come through the Bright program. Again, one of my sisters is involved in that. But also Mr. Bright's daughter, Jody, and his daughter-in-law, Jade Bright, and his son, Michael Bright. I mean, so many teachers have come through.
His granddaughter.
And so
granddaughter too,
His granddaughter.
yeah, exactly. So our scholarship portion of our foundation gives not only theater scholarships, but also scholarships to educators as well. So you're going to get to learn a lot about our foundation. We're not just all about theater and performing and arts education. It is also about teachers and the heart of the teacher. And Mary is a teacher as well. So yeah.
And Mr. Bright is why I switched from elementary school music to upper school musical theater. It was because of Mr. Bright that I
Really?
transitioned. Yes. And you'll hear some amazing stories from teachers that were inspired by Mr. B.
And let's face it, teachers, Mary, you included, have had the toughest job 2020 till now, pivoting and trying to keep their kids focused, engaged, motivated. I mean, I just, I bow down to teachers this year, and I'm watching firsthand my sister go through it. So we really want to honor those teachers. So if nothing else, join and donate just for that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's going to be amazing. I can't believe it's only $5. You can donate more than that, though. We're cool with you donating more than that.
Wait.
Yeah.
Totally donate more than that. But just to get the little link so that you can watch all this wonderful entertainment, $5.
So we're the show's probably going to be 2 hours with performances.
No, I think it's an hour and a half with
An hour and a half.
hour and a half.
That's it. Oh, come
That's
on.
And
It's gotta be
if you go to our Facebook page, there's a link there. I think that maybe the deadline has passed to order food, but we did a whole thing where you could order food and enjoy your meal that you ordered. You know, people that were supporting our foundation, different restaurants that were supporting the foundation, where you could order a meal and watch your show and have your meal. But I think the deadline has passed for most of that.
You know, I was getting some questions about the students performing program. Could you talk a little bit more about that? Is there more that you can tell us?
What do you need to know? Every year, the first thing we did as a foundation was to do a summer theater program. We did On Dragonfly Wings, a original musical by Razan Katrakia, and it was amazing. And so we have continued to offer a musical theater program every year since then. Last year we pivoted and we did everything online. We were nervous. We were like, is this going to work? It worked beautifully. The kids were happy. The teachers were happy. Kids got so much, I think maybe in a way more out of it because we were giving individualized coaching direction to these students. And we're doing the same thing this year as well. So I don't know if there's still space in our summer program. It fills up pretty quickly with repeat students, but we're not doing a show this year. Maybe next year when things are relaxed a little bit. But
well, I think one of the things that people were most impressed by was the fact that you got all these alumni, these Bright Kids alumni, or just
but I think
professionals who came back and they're like, yeah, I'll teach a kid how to.
And especially last year, because everything was on Zoom, we had Kathleen teaching, and Kathleen and Lisa Herlinger teaching from New York. You know, we had teachers teaching that maybe wouldn't have been able to commit to 4 hours every day in the summer, but because it was like, can you teach for these 2 hours? We were able to extract a lot more talent and a lot more alumni. And the same holds true this year. Again, we have that flexibility of, Zoom is good and bad, right? But because of Zoom, we've been able to recruit a lot more teachers and talent. And yeah, a lot of them are alumni, people that work with Mr. Bright. So you're getting the full Bright experience. There's a reason it's called the I'm a Bright Kid Foundation. We as Bright kids, people that worked with him, that were touched by him, it is our duty, it is our goal to create another generation of bright kids. And I feel like we're well on our way to that. We've got so many kids that have come through our program that have that we have touched, and that will take that and move on to the next generation as well. So we're just hoping that this thing keeps folding over and reinventing itself.
It's going to be awesome. Now, do we have a video clip? Is that correct?
I heard that we have a clip of Miguel Godoy, who was supposed to be with us today, but he is one of those multi-talented guys who's coaching volleyball right now. I
didn't even know how to play volleyball. I was like, what?
I know. He's so talented. But I believe this is him in rehearsal. There's the band. And this is Miguel singing from Children of Eden.
Those are birds. That's not Miguel.
Maybe the sound will join us. You want me to lip sync?
I know. Go for it, Jade.
Should we sing? Should we try to time it? Like Lost in this world, I never stand to lose it. Sorry. I can't get his vibrato.
So suffice to say, it's a video of Miguel, and that's not what it's going to look like, because Miguel's going to be all dressed up,
and he sounds a lot better than my singing just was.
Yeah.
Actually, it said in the intro that I'm performing. Jade Stice is performing in the show.
Yes.
For me, I am performing, but I challenge you to find me in the show, because
you're so sneaky, Mary.
I'm performing, but you may not see me. But you may
What?
see me.
She's not, I don't know how she got away with this. I really
Yeah. What's going on there?
how Mary escaped performing live.
Have to wait and see. Have to wait and see.
Okay. Well, that should be interesting. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, as you're watching this, the three of us are products of Mr. Bright, very proud products of Mr. Bright. In fact, actually, everyone who's working, even behind the scenes here on Manoa Valley Theater Live, we've all been somehow touched by Mr. Bright and his joy and his love for theater, and it continues to permeate through all of us, regardless of whether, for some people, they've never even met him. And through doing the Bright Kids shows, have learned a little bit more about who he was as a man and why we all love him and want to honor him in this way. So we hope that you'll come down and check out the show this Sunday. Again, it's like a $5 donation, and you're gonna, I kid you not, you're gonna see Broadway level performances for like $5. So it's going to be amazing. Plus, you'll find out more about this incredible man and this incredible foundation that these people have all been working super hard to keep going, because we feel like it's such an important thing. Any last words, ladies?
Just try to tune in 6 o'clock on Sunday night, please. Come check it out.
It really is going to be amazing. Oh, there's my boo.
There he is.
Yeah, I used to call him Boo because he was so boo. He's my boo. We do hope you join us, if nothing else, just to see an hour and a half worth of incredible voices, the energy, the kids that are performing, the adults that are performing. Everyone is we've worked really hard to bring you a quality production, and we do hope you join us, and we hope you enjoy it.
All right. Thank you, Jade. Thank you, Mary. Stay right there. We're going to bring another Bright Kid on, Miss Janine. We're going to bring her back.
Yeah.
Hi there.
Hey.
Hi, Janine.
I could listen to you talk and tell stories for another hour easily.
I got plenty.
I can't believe this
Stay on after.
hour is wrapping up already.
We didn't even talk about how Jade and I were both married to Devin on stage at one point in our lives.
Oh,
Right?
my gosh.
I feel
Okay,
like
we don't need that.
we have another
No,
meeting.
we're
We'll
good.
tell it in a minute.
On stage. I need
On
to make sure
stage,
we're
on
on
stage,
stage.
Poor
And by the
Devin.
way, and by the way, Mary in heels, married to me on stage, was quite a sight.
I
5'10".
Mary's like,
Oh.
what are you, 5'10", Mary?
5'10". Yeah.
In the
my-
heels, she was 6 feet easily.
Yeah.
And
I
this was
didn't care.
Devin and I, we were eye to eye.
Yeah, we were. And Jade was in heels, so it all worked out.
Hey!
It all worked out.
It's all good.
But once again, everyone, thank you so much for being here with us today, on behalf of Andrew and Kristen and Kip, and as well as Janine and Jade and Mary. Thank you so much for being with us today. Again, Sunday is the show. I'm a brightkid.org. Please go down, check it out. It's going to be a great show. We're really looking forward to it. It's going to be a really special evening. Till we see you next week. Take care. Aloha no. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Aloha.
Thanks for having us.